Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to the NECC for Rocket League. I'm Reliq, they're Goagaen, and we're going to be hopping straight on in to our first series. We do apologize for the delay, but shenanigans, it happens. It's always the case with these kids, Goagaen, reorganizing and doing all sorts of jam. But here is the jam, and my goodness, is it going to be fruity. St. Ambrose Blue going up against University of Illinois Springfield. It's only week 2. Results, you can't really read too much into them, but we do have a top of the table versus a bottom of the table clash.
We do indeed, and in my honest opinion, I feel like in the collection of various Springfields that we have here in the US of A, I feel like the Illinois Springfield is the superior one. Don't tell that to the other Springfields, just keep that between you and me. I'm excited to watch this. You mentioned week 2, we're going into game 2 as well for this particular series. It's obviously Champions Midwest B. We're dealing with players who have been around the block. You mentioned, sometimes it's a struggle to make sure that these matches are all lined up, but you tell a bunch of college students to play Rocket League on a Friday night beside... The only grass they'll see is the grass of the field. DFH, I believe, for game number 2.
And we're already 1-0 up for St. Ambrose Blue in that game as well. So early score on the door. We will very briefly just mention the previous identities here of UMass and the Minutemen. Folks, I had a whole slew of Fallout notes ready to go, but sadly they will go unnoticed. What's not going to go unnoticed is this goal, however, Goagaen, and St. Ambrose, they're going to get over it.
Pretty solid job of getting over the defense. No Bennett Foddy required, as Get Over gets past 2 players just as quickly to the near post and ties this game up. Some solid names here as well. Becky and Sloth on the side of Illinois Springfield. Aqua, Flamethrower, and Shalonkers, which is just fantastic. Great. It's exactly what you expect from a collegiate player.
Another proviso, Aqua, not that one.
Right.
It's not that one. That's why we've got the EXO at the end, just to make absolutely sure. Fine shot. It's left. That's a great shot. Well saved away by Flamethrower, who, ironically enough, putting out the fires in this particular case, throwing downfield. But these long players aren't exactly getting much in the way of receiving. Sloth actually gives him an opportunity, but really doesn't make the most of it. That a nice pinch away and Get Over after scoring down one end. He's going to get a save on his own, and he's going to hopefully take control of this. No, he actually gives it completely up. That's a free goal. Oh my goodness me, he missed it, Goagaen. What on earth?
They'll have to pay the toll that post provides, and for the time being came up a bit short on the loose change there, so St. Ambrose Blue go without that easy enough goal, but here's another push down the mid. This is exactly where they want to be. It's not down the sidewall, but a free jump from Aqua. Not going to have the read. It comes right back the other way. Illinois Springfield with a chance of their own. First shot goes just wide. Followed through. Plenty of defense is committed to this sequence. You have to feel like there's a chance, but a Flamethrower passes it by. It goes back to the midfield, and we're very neutral right now. You can see the importance of breaking into the center, however, because once you do, well, it feels pretty open on both ends.
I love the directness of both of these teams. Real punchy affair in game number 2, but I'm afraid that the first touch, it should be made. It's obviously a difficult read, especially when we're talking about the mechanics of this level of Rocket League. But then Becky, she's in the perfect place, far post, and she simply got to react quicker. I know you want to have faith in your teammates, Goagaen, but very quickly in this game, in NECC of all places, the scorelines can tumble. St. Ambrose with the third.
It all starts with having confidence in yourself, though, too. As much as you want to have faith in your teammates, you got to watch out for those rotating past that near post. One challenge goes awry, and the goal is as free as it will ever be. And we've been saying that a little bit about St. Ambrose. They've had those chances, had those looks. Illinois Springfield, not quite the same. They've been driving for it, sure. Hasn't really been afforded to them, and that's credit to St. Ambrose locking down their own defensive box.
So was I right? Was I right? Was I right in hearing you, put your teeth in, Reliq, in saying that St. Ambrose leads the series as well, 1-0 after a game 1 win?
It's a Very solid question. I wish I had the answer for you. We're dipping behind the curtain to try and find that one out. But you'd have to think it's St. Ambrose, at least from what I've seen. The eye test kind of proves that it's been a lot of eye candy for St. Ambrose. Plenty of chances by the wayside for Illinois Springfield. On the other end, St. Ambrose, a beautiful redirection there from the midfield line. Doesn't find the back of the net, but it adds up over and over, but immediately brought back the counter to end all counters.
Slothish, we should probably call them Slothish, because that is a connection. And look at that, you have two players in the right place. On any other day, had that shot been any weaker, placed anywhere else, it's a save, Goagaen. But it was perfect and so well struck. That's a huge confidence booster here for Illinois Springfield. One more goal to go to tie things up.
I feel like that's one of the moments where Rocket League obviously is a game where you can sometimes struggle to hide your true intentions and really hold off on playing all of your cards. There's not really much that can't be telegraphed in this game. But once you score a goal like that for Illinois Springfield, not only do you have your foot in the door, you've created another problem for your defenders to try and take away. So St. Ambrose have to watch their backs at the same time as they generate opportunities of their own, but that ball stayed way too long at the top of the box with nobody coming home to stop it.
Doesn't seem like a lot of time, does it? But in the context of this esport, it's plenty to score just one. Case in point, caught out with so much of a press that perhaps they didn't quite expect this wonderful just a capitalization of seeing what's ahead of her. Becky with that 3-3 equalizer. Game very much on.
Let's put some respect on Illinois Springfield's name. Tie ball game here in game number 2. Less than a minute to play. Center pass, Flamethrower picks it up. Can't get the follow through, however. On that quick midline counter, Flamethrower still creating plays. The defense is so slow that Aqua can do nothing else but just steamroll to that ball and get Ambrose back on top.
Great river surging through his opponent there, Flamethrower. Again, very anti-flame, putting out fires. Now I'm describing them as a river, but the river of good fortune has been well earned by St. Ambrose. So many fantastic plays, and even when they haven't come off, the fact that we're seeing this level of creativity, it's no wonder that they won their first series in this particular division, Goagaen, 3-0. They have not lost a game to this point, if we are to be good.
Doing it on both sides of the ball. We'll have to keep up for 25 as Illinois Springfield have picked up their own pressure. That ball carries just wide. Center again. Somebody please take it. Get over. Gets to the ball in time. The shot's not going to be hard enough. Trying to keep this one relevant. Good challenges. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Center pass once again, but always at the top of the box on the ground with nobody home to do anything about it. Aqua walks it back, and that's putting all your eggs in one basket. They had to do it, but St. Ambrose capitalized.
Illinois Springfield was very much a much-needed goal. I stumble over my words because our wonderful production team behind the scenes, we've got the lovely Michael Polaroid and Zolex, shout out to you all. Confirmation, Goagaen, that this is not in fact match point for St. Ambrose. Illinois Springfield, team plumb last in the table at the moment. Won that first game, so it's a tie series.
It's actually insane. I mean, that is, of course, well, no, I'm tripping over my own words. Was it 1-1 1-1 before this game or 1-1 now? No. So St. Ambrose win?
It was 1-0 in favor of Springfield, Illinois, or Illinois Springfield, my apologies. Now it's 1-1 because of this result. And okay, look, I'm a narrator, folks. I exaggerate. It's only week 2. They've only had one series to show their stuff. And I think really this is a case in point because that's a high-scoring game, 5-3. And I think it's more because of the great stuff that St. Ambrose was doing than mistakes coming out from their opposition. I don't think they did much wrong, to be fair.
No, I don't think so either. Some of the late goals there for St. Ambrose, they were products of pushing up a bit too far from Illinois Springfield. But can you really fault him in that case? You know, you've got so little time on the clock. The game's close enough. You want to take those offensive chances. It's almost like equating it to ice hockey and pulling the goalie towards the end of the game. Sure, you're not getting the extra attacker here in Rocket League, but you're trying to give yourself that wave of momentum. If you can just constantly consistently stay on offense, give yourself chance after chance, diminish the resources of your defenders on the opposite side, maybe you can tie up the game, or maybe you'll concede an open net on the other side and you'll just go into the next game, like whatever, almost as if you're treating it like garbage time. So it's that mentality that some teams adopt full force, other teams are a bit hesitant to go that avenue, but it works out for St. Ambrose there. They pick up that 2-goal lead going out of the second game, and I have a feeling this could head to 5. These teams, oh my goodness, Illinois Springfield starting off strong.
Point A, really happy you're here to explain ice hockey. I wouldn't have the foggiest. In my mind, it's just the sport where other people have an excuse to beat each other up. However, I'm also happy that you're here to basically look at how strong Illinois Springfield actually is. I go back while you're reminiscing, while you're thinking, while you're reading your wonderful analogy. I was thinking, what mistakes were there? And it's only really the big one between I think it was Becky and Get Over for that 1 goal, and they're not going to be feeling too bad about it. I don't think is their goalmouth is being absolutely pummeled, by the way. Not going to feel too bad about it because they ultimately lost by 2 goals, but again, was it the virtue of, oh well, now we've got to push up because we are 2, or because we're a goal down, because we're late in the game. To be fair, we're 1 minute in. I am shocked that we haven't seen a burst here in game number 3, both sides with some really great chances.
Very much so. Have to agree with that. And now another one for St. Ambrose. They're lurking around. So much importance on the first attacker in the rotation. Oftentimes they've been able to beat 2 defenders in 1 go, but that third jumps in, powerful clear, back the other way. Not the case for St. Ambrose now. It's a mainstay of pressure here for Illinois Springfield, but the shot goes wide from Becky. Not what you want. Get Over has to rotate out. Bumper cars to the midfield line as Becky takes over with no boost, to be met by Aqua high up in the corner. But every time this meets a St. Ambrose player, it's going right back into the hands of Illinois Springfield. That's not the touch you want to take. Becky with a huge reaction save at that far post.
Big save. 3 minutes on the clock, rapidly arriving. The first goal really could be important as to the rest of how this game ultimately plays out. Momentum not settling for either side. Pick and choose them and try and find that moment of quality where you can. Perhaps you can find it with Flamethrower, when unfortunately for him, Goagaen ran out of boost. Aqua Exo on the scene to help out and support. Forces that double commit back into the center, but again, Illinois Springfield defending well.
And they're being very cagey about it. Every player around 50 boost or a little bit higher. They're trying to conserve it as best as they can. Stolen in the corner there by Aqua, but here goes Get Over for a quick challenge. Again, not a whole lot of resources here. They're running out of space, so now the clear has to come through, and it does bump onto Schlonkers back behind the play, but Aqua's already done the work to get it back out to mid. 1-2, where's the third? It's Becky. A bit too slow. Follow-up from Get Over. Becky still lurking on the back wall to challenge that one out. But you can't throw everything at that play. It's still early on. It's still scoreless.
Get Over. Heads to the center, does the ball. Becky picks it up, but runs out of boost. Going for the 100 steal. Shalonkers with the clear. Not for long. Slothish. Becky. Oh, it's a great second touch. Great reactions to meet them by Aqua Exo. Away to the side. Shalonkers flamethrower. Beautiful transition, but for the brilliant freeze and interception of Get Over. It's ping pong out here on DFH.
Certainly not letting us fall asleep anytime soon. You see one opportunity go, you're bound to get at least 3 more, it feels like, and St. Ambrose want this as close to the middle of the zone as possible, but a big clear from Get Over, and well-to-do buys Illinois Springfield some more space. Get Over needs to recover here as Becky picks off the play early. 80 seconds now left in regulation. Aqua to the skies, Flamethrower down low, maybe looking for a bump. The ball ended up towards the back wall, high above the crossbar. Aqua gets another chance. It's an awkward bouncer, just wide, however, thanking their lucky stars to Illinois Springfield.
Moving on, both teams cooking, but that might get burned. But for the heroics of Aqua Exo again, and what a talented demo on Becky. just to relieve the pressure. It forces Illinois Springfield to think twice about the formation, about this press, and okay, they've had to push back. Now they've wasted enough time that we see Becky back on the field in time there to intercept this particular drive forward. Up high, easily met by Getover. Oh, Slothish with the feels bad backflip, but the readjustment does him good actually. Able to head to the backboard now, misses on that second touch. Here's support in the form of Becky. Looks to get another flick away, but it's not going to get past Shalonkers, who himself gets past Getover. That's a lovely challenge win. Flamethrower on a dime, gets the shot, but not in time.
Oh, you gotta be a little bit faster. They're gonna be hurting themselves after that one if we go to a scoreless OT. 10 seconds ringing in now. Flamethrower off the sidewall, forces Getover to back up, picks up the 100, but that's an awkward ball to get. Takes it to the side. Show us something special. This Mustang's gotta have something in the tank, but Shalonker says no thank you. Overtime it is, with no goals on either side.
8-game thriller into a 0-0 crime drama. The crime being, how on earth have neither of these teams scored for us yet, Goagaen?
The question I cannot begin to imagine the answer to. I only hope that this overtime doesn't end instantaneously. It doesn't feel like it will, but Sloth certainly wants it to. Aqua with a good save, reaction quick. Look for the redirect, couldn't find it. Becky over the top of the second. Here's Getover, but a cacophony of defenders blocks it aside. Someone's up next, and it's Sloth to complete the rotation circle here. Over to the side, Getover takes another turn, looking for a center pass to Becky. It's a beautiful delivery, but Schlonkers gets a hand on it, and now back the other way goes Aqua. Flamethrower for the shot. Oh, bouncing, but Becky with a save.
There is absolutely, I can guarantee you, no brain cells are being allocated to even the idea of playing slow at the moment. It is a helter-skelter affair out there. Neither side letting up. And we're looking at shoelace defenses, barely holding on together. Any block will do.
Okay, nobody diving for that one. You know what? I understand it. It's a difficult play to read, but the mechanics are really starting to show right now as the it factor. These teams are not going to get super easy clear. Oh, no! Second touch was there, but overshot just by the smallest of margins. That was all it took. Small's redemption, but jumps a bit too early and underneath the ball. Becky now to get over 1-2. Quick shot, Aqua, big save. The defenses still stand tall on both sides here, but Illinois Springfield look like they're getting stronger as we go.
That's a nice infield pass, but not going to be pounced upon. Aqua Exo has his pocket picked. Oh, wow! Shalonking the car along to make sure that that block was made. Real heroic stuff put on the cape, why don't you? 2 minutes of overtime. By the time we're done, it'll feel like we've had 20 years added on to our lives.
Absolutely insane. The St. Ambrose continue to have to make these saves at pace. That could have been it, but Flamethrower takes it aside again, and a challenge to see its way out. Here's Aqua on a quick jump. Powerful touch as well. Double commit for the save. They won't get punished immediately, but it's sent back by Shalonkers. No help there. Flamethrower was too late to the party. Aqua early enough. Shalonkers takes over. Big save by Becky. I cannot believe what I'm seeing defensively from both sides.
And that's twice now in this one game alone that Becky has had to make an important save, an important interception straight off respawn. Great awareness, and it's going to be her! She is her! 2 minutes 43, and it all came down to one challenge in the center circle.
The pieces fall into place for Illinois Springfield. They grab game number 3, and well to do. A ball sent to the sky, a demo on the ground, keeping your eyes every which way but the net, and Becky strikes while the iron is hot. I loved everything I saw about that game, though. That was fantastic. That was a clear-cut symbol of two teams that have warmed up into the series, figured out their strengths and weaknesses, and you're seeing this head-to-head clash where these teams are really struggling to give any sort of leeway to the other. Defensively, though, I think we have to sing the praises of both teams. That is what makes a game fantastic. When so many saves like that at pace happen, it really creates fireworks.
It was two evenly matched high-quality teams just meeting in the middle and finding that perfect balance between entertaining gameplay and being responsible in their own third. Because Goagaen, how many times have we seen at a high school level where the pressure gets a little bit too much, the adrenaline starts pumping, and then you're looking behind you and you are the third person. There is no defense wants to get past you. Not on this occasion. Every single player, exemplary complete rotation for both sides. One of the best 1-0s you probably see this semester.
I have to agree with you. That's the big point for me going into the rest of the series is not that we're particularly looking for players who are sort of not fitting in to the equation here, but I don't think you can really find one of the 6 in game number 3. Everybody had their part to play, no matter how small, on or off the ball. Everyone got a piece of the pie. We'll have to see, though. St. Ambrose, they've certainly got more eating to do. Find themselves some food, or else they go famished into the night as Illinois Springfield look to close this series out.
It's a really difficult opening 90 seconds now for St. Ambrose Blue, because to not even score in that game is going to be heartbreaking. To lose it in the way, quite an innocuous challenge, but it only is an isolated challenge in of itself because the pace was so fast. And again, we're seeing excellent direct shots, working the defense from the University of Illinois Springfield. A triple commit, a solo standard special, another drive, recycle! This, says Slothish.
Absolutely slamming that one to the crossbar. You can hear it from the nosebleeds. It's get over with the center pass. Nobody home to really do anything about it, but it's a testament to Illinois Springfield keeping the ball relevant in the offensive zone. It's a marquee feature of both of these teams to save those shots with pace, get it out of the zone quickly. But in order to move the ball with pace, you got to move yourself with the same level of speed. And Illinois Springfield take advantage of one of the little gaps that St. Ambrose provide.
I was just in the throes of mentioning. That's long gone. First quest incomplete. Failure. You have failed to get that clean sheet into the 3-minute 30 mark. And now you're basically forced to get on with it, Goagaen. You're forced to try and make something happen, to play, I'm not even going to say play through the bad form, but play through what is an extraordinary team in front of you. You simply have to believe at this stage that you are better than them.
I think that's the thing, is Illinois Springfield, you don't really back them to try and park the bus anymore now that they're up by 1 early on in the game. But even their normal play contains very solid defensive rotations, and you can... All right, you know what? I don't think there could have been a more clear-cut example of my words just completely backfiring. It's just Becky sitting up a little too far at the midfield line, and you know what? We're just gonna move right on.
And that's so unfortunate. You can see all of the thoughts and processes running through her mind as she's turning around to essentially try and shepherd that to the backboard and to launch a counter-attack from there. It's horrible to watch. She's not going to want to watch it back, but she has no choice but to continue to play on. It's only 1-1. It's not like they have lost the lead, Goagaen, and they still hold that match point advantage.
Certainly a step up, though, in what St. Ambrose are trying to do. They got a demolition early on in this sequence, and it's really set Illinois Springfield back. We saw earlier on in the series chances where they were being a bit hesitant to spend their boost on the goal line. We'll take a look at all those meters. Only one of them has just jumped up to 100. The others sitting comfortably around 30, but they still find their way out. Get over, can't win the challenge. Aqua stands tall. Aqua takes to the skies. Early flip, trying to secure something. Leaves it for Schlonkers. Goes off top corner. Get over has time to clear this aside. Flamethrower can't get the follow through. You felt like that was the chance for St. Ambrose to get the lead, and now it's all sort of petered out.
Close, but not close enough. Beautifully worked together. That final piece of the puzzle that fails to slot into place, and yet 2 minutes remain. Long way to go yet for both of these sides that remain at deadlock, and as things stand, St. Ambrose look at them. Most likely, it's a second own goal, would you believe?
Yeah, this is the tough thing for Illinois Springfield to get caught in the corner. They both flip forward, and Becky makes a great recovery and pace to get in front, but way too far away from the net. It was just that addition of errors for Illinois Springfield. It all adds up way too quickly, but hey, that's one way to answer back right off of the kickoff. Get over, gets us even again.
Feels good. Becky shouldn't feel too terrible because she was actually responding as quickly as she could, and it's just unfortunate more than an error that it ends up going down as an OG for her teammates straight off the kickoff here, bailing out the mistake, the lack of rotational awareness, whatever you want to chalk it down to, it's all in the past. Water under the bridge, Goagaen. We're back at level peggings, and St. Ambrose Blue just cannot seem to get rid of this Illinois Springfield threat.
They've got to make some work of it quickly. 90 seconds to keep themselves in this series, force a game 5, which feels correct, but at the same time, Illinois Springfield have always been fighting back, and with the series lead, having a team as resilient as this side on the orange end of the pitch, never going to be an easy task to overcome here. Schlonkers collects at the corner. That's a beautiful opening touch, trying to connect with a bump, but Sloth remains undeterred, still off the back wall. No quick shot through, and Becky has a quick break back, but it's immediately stopped out by Aqua. St. Ambrose starting to get feisty.
I count maybe 4 or 5 almost bump plays that would have led certainly to a goal over the last 3 individual games. Extraordinary communication for all 6 of these players across the board. And Becky, talk about nerves of steel, staring down the opponent eye to eye and saying, yeah, I believe in the physics of my car. The block should be good. And the throw downfield might be good for Slothish. No, Flamethrower able to douse that threat yet again, but maybe not this one. Oh, it's Aquarexo and Slothish with the poke.
If you take the shot that hard, certainly going to open up an opportunity, and Aqua can only beam it right back off the bar. Sloth is there to capitalize. 20 seconds to play in game number 4. Flipped the script on its head. St. Ambrose have a world to accomplish here. They want to keep themselves in, but Becky seems keen on locking them out. Flip reset to lock in to keep that challenge up. Sloth goes for it. Aqua collides, but it's right into the hands of Schlonkers. That's a tough spot to extricate yourself from and get over. We'll try to put a dagger in it. Not so. Becky misses, but that ball's not going anywhere. University of Illinois Springfield. It's 3 games for them. Series done and dusted. What a win here, Reliq. It feels really solid for that squad.
Marvelous performance to come from behind in the nature that they went behind. Such great mental steel, and that is such a useful asset to have at this level. We were talking earlier about how pressure gets to players. Becky scored 2 own goals, and yet she was still playing brilliantly. You could tell that her head hadn't dropped. Her teammates obviously corralling her on and saying, look, we've got this, don't worry about it. And there really was no need to worry whatsoever. Goagaen, they brought it home.
Absolutely did. Speaking of bringing it home, 2 teams that will try to bring it home just as well. The battle for Oklahoma. Oklahoma City University versus the University of Oklahoma Academy team is our next matchup of this fantastic night of Rocket League action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back just as quickly with the next match.